What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? So we're going a little backwards now, I did the Violent Ruin video yesterday where I did it because people are asking for it, and it is what it is. But today, we're going to talk about Swift Runes. So let's talk about Swift Runes, guys. Alright, first things first, okay? Swift Runes give 25% more speed. One of my favorite stats in the game, as anybody knows. So, when do you use Swift Runes? Well, you can use Swift Runes on just about almost any monster. The thing is, though, Swift Runes are more for beginners before you put Violent Runes on. And then there are also monsters that should only be Swift Runes, So, first, we're going to talk about the substats that you look for on speed on Swift Runes. Make a wild guess what it is, guys. It's speed. Honestly, I keep very few Swift Runes that do not have speed on them. They have to have phenomenal stats. Like, literally phenomenal stats. They can't be like... Alright, this one doesn't have, but it has speed on it. Where is it? See, this one has a nice hit point percentage stat. It's more of a filler rune for when I get a monster and I want to put speed on them. That's what it's for. It's more of a filler rune. Alright? So, as you can see, this one has 19% attack and 10% crit rate. The speed is low on it, but... it is what it is. Like, here, I'll show you... So, this one has speed, but it has the 15% attack. You know what? Maybe I should switch that rune with this one. Yeah. This rune would be better. Even though it's a 5-star to a 6-star, that rune would be better. No, I don't want to switch to speed plus 12. So, anyways, guys. So, first we're going to talk about the healers. Okay? Because there's different substats you have to look for different monsters, alright? Healers, just healers, monsters that don't do any weakening effects or really have nothing to do, like Chloe, for instance. The first substat you're looking for, no matter what, especially for Chloe, is speed. Speed, 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 speed. Okay? I don't care what it is. The first substat you're looking for is speed. If it doesn't have speed on it, I wouldn't even put it on. Okay? Now, as I said, I re-ruined my Chloe. She used to be a lot faster. She used to be at 132 speed. I gave up the 21 speed, which, to be honest with you, I got a nice new rune today that I'm going to switch around and speed her up again. I got this, not this rune, this one. The only reason why this rune is still there is because of the 19% hit points. So, I got this rune now, and I want to replace this rune. Yeah, this rune. It depends on which runes ends up giving me more speed. I think I slapped her old Swift rune on... Where is she? On Megan. Anyways, whatever. Megan is probably in storage. I made 2 6-stars yesterday, so... my monsters are all over the place right now between storage and everything. So... So, you're looking for speed. And then, the next substat you're looking for is hit points. And right after hit points is resistance. Okay? That's all you're looking for with Chloe. Those are the 3 subs. Whatever else you get, it's a plus or minus. I hear people, they want to make a crit damage Chloe. That's just funny to me. It is what it is. I've actually seen Despair Chloes, which are even funnier. I get stunned out of nowhere. But that's besides the point. Alright? We're talking about Swift Runes, alright? So, for healers with no weakening effects or anything like that, you want to put speed, then hit points, then resistance substats, okay? For attackers, now, I really don't like too many attackers with Swift Rune. Now, my Seek, I have Swift Runes on him. Why? People say to put Rage Blade on Seek and look for speed substats on the Rage runes. Look, I do agree with that, and I also disagree with that. I try and make different teams with Seek. This is why I tell people to put Swift runes on him. You can see he has 161 speed, which is pretty much the barrier I want to keep him at. I don't want to sit there and look for rage runes with the speed on them. So I have different monsters with different speeds. Now I don't think they're not going to outspeed. Like, she has plus 19, so she has 135 speed. Then we have my Lucian. He has 126 speed. Then we have her. I rarely do it, 129. So, and then we have him, 129 again. Who else do I use with Seek? I use him all the time, but I want him faster than Seek because I want him to freeze. All right, so he's the exception to going first, to going before Seek. Okay. So what other attackers do I have? Her, 131. So I don't want to get stuck with a Seek with 134 speed because I can't find the right rage runes with the right speed substats to get him past. My fastest attacker is Katarina. Oh, is it Katarina? Yeah, 135 speed. Yeah, is it 100? Yeah, 135 speed. So I don't want to get stuck, with Seek going after her instead of before her. So that's why I put the Swift runes on him, so that I can make sure to buff her before she goes. All right, that's what my point is with Swift runes. Yeah, look for speed substats and all that. No, I want to do it this way so I can keep a versatile team with Seek, so that I can use Seek in multiple situations. Okay, so that's why I made Seek a Swift attacker. Then you've got, so with Seek, by the way, you look for a couple of speed substats. It's not very important. What I look for is attack, crit rate, attack, crit damage, and then crit rate. He buffs his own crit rate, so I already have Swift Blade on him, and crit rate is important to put on him. It's very important. It's not a high priority. I want to put attack and crit damage on him, but you do want to look for crit rate substats. Seek is kind of hard to ruin when you do him the way I want to do him. So, but he has a decent enough crit rate, 65% crit rate. So when he buffs himself, he has a 95% crit rate. His crit damage is lacking though, and I have to max out this rune. I don't know why I haven't maxed it, and I have to max out this rune too. This one I'm holding out to max it out, but I haven't been able to find a slot 2 6-star attack percentage, so I'm probably gonna max it out anyway. And my Seek is actually kind of tanky. People tell me all the time, he's got like 11,000 hit points. He is and he isn't. He's got a few hit point substats, which is just that one. So that's fine. But you see, he's got plus 10 attack on the plus 10 speed on that one. I would put this rune on Hua, but I tend to use Seek a lot more than Hua in the arena. So I want him to be a lot more consistent. And it's important to have him to be, for me at least, to be more consistent. Because he's going to be on versatile teams, on all kinds of teams. So I kind of wish I could find another 6-star attack percentage rune, even if it didn't have speed on it, just to put it on him, because 151 speed is fine. He's going to lose 10 speed, and he'll have 151. That's fine. I don't think he needs more than about 150 speed, unless you have like really fast attackers and you have all legendary runes. And I've seen some Lucians better substats than me, and we're talking about attack, crit damage, and they're much faster than mine. So it's kind of crazy, but that's besides the point. So there are some other attackers you can put Swift runes on. I don't really suggest it. One is her, okay, because she gets 15% more attack speed. So one is her, and as I've said, they're alternates to Violent Runes or Blade Rage or stuff like that. So other than that, really, you can also build Theomars with Swift runes, because his first skill is based on attack. Now, my Theomars, the speed is fine, and I have, see, these are the only runes I have, and his crit rate is just atrocious, 34%, but he has this leader ability, so it goes up to 62%, and then I kind of want to use him with Seek, so I'm gonna build a team. First, I gotta max him out to level 40, and then we're gonna start playing around with Theomars. But he's a decent candidate for Swift Rune. Swift Blade. He's a decent candidate altogether. So we're gonna go on to the utility monsters now. Alright? Obviously, for utility monsters such as Megan and other monsters like Bernard. Bernard, the only substat you look for, alright, is speed. Speed. You know, like, oh. If somebody said the other day, Nick, you're on the hit, so it's confirmed Nick is on speed. No, I'm not on speed, but I do love speed, as in the game, as a substat, not the drug. So, anyways. Why do you want speed first? Because they're gonna buff your team. I missed it the other day. I couldn't find another monster I wouldn't put violent runes on. The monster that I would never put violent runes on is Bernard. The only way my Bernard is gonna get violent runes is if I find a 280 speed violent rune set, which is almost impossible. So we'll forget about that altogether. Him strictly Swift runes. All right. So as you can see, all of my substats, all right, not all of them. So right after speed, you're looking for accuracy substats for monsters like Bernard and Megan, because Bernard has the second skill over here that he puts 2 weakening effects. He weakens attack and weakens defense. So I've showed my Bernard runes many times. Okay, as you can see, he has plus 148 speed. That's a total of 259 speed. So you see, this is a great rune. Why? Because it's got plus 14 speed and then accuracy. After that is just a plus between crit damage and crit rate. This rune is a great rune as well. It's you can't have speed substats on a rune that has a speed base. I've never seen it. One person told me they've seen it once. I told them I want screenshots before I could believe them, because I think it's impossible. Okay? So everything else is just a plus after this. Then this rune. As you can see also, my Bernard has a broken set. People tell me, oh, Swift focus, right? For Bernard, I always tell people Swift and whatever else, you want him as fast as possible. As you can see, this energy rune, plus 19, and then it has accuracy on it as well. So it's like a huge plus for him. This rune. People always ask me, why do you have crit damage on Bernard? Alright, the only reason why the crit damage is there, the crit damage rune is there, is for the plus 14 speed. I didn't care about anything else. Okay? The only thing I care about with Bernard, I want him to buff my team first. When I go into the arena, I want him to buff my team first. That is his job. After that, I don't care. He could die. You know, a lot of times he gets extorted for one turn. It happens. You know, it is what it is. But the other plus with the crit damage, what you guys gotta understand is I make my main speed team is Tyron, Bernard, Lucian, Seek. So Seek buffs his crit rate. So my Bernard actually has a nice little bite to him when he gets a crit, especially on weakened defense. Sometimes on a weakened defense monster, I've seen him crit for like 10,000. People are like, whoa. Even me, I'm like, whoa, where'd that come from? How's he hitting so hard? And then one day I didn't realize that I had a crit damage rune on him. I just, this is how crazy I am about speed. I didn't look at the main stat. I saw the speed plus 14 and I didn't even know my Bernard had crit damage rune on him until probably a week or two after I ruined him, to be honest with you guys. So, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Then we go on to this rune. Speed plus 16 and then accuracy again. You know, so it's a perfect rune for him. And then this rune. This rune is just a beautiful rune. Even though it's a despair rune, it's beautiful. Speed plus 15, and then I get the accuracy I want out of him, plus 51% accuracy. So as you can see, my Bernard has decent accuracy. The crit damage is just way too high, 120% crit damage. Really, I would love to get a hit point percentage rune here with that amount of speed or more. But it's hard to get, and honestly, I'm beginning to think hit point percentage runes for slot 4 with speed substats that'll go over plus 4 is like impossible to get. Look, let me show you guys my biggest troll in the world, okay? This was the day of the Giants nerf. I couldn't do B10, so I did my first run on B9, and I got this rune, okay? And I'm like, wow, B9 dropped some nice runes. Okay, let me tell you something. I never got another 6-star out of. Oh wait, no, I did. I got one 6-star out of B9 after that, because I was farming B9 for a while until I made my new B10 team. And look at what happened. Defense went up twice. I mean, defense isn't bad, but I want faster speed for Chloe. That's speed +5, and I haven't been able to find a hit point percentage rune with decent speed. You know, well, actually, I do have one. I'm lying right now. I believe I do have one. I have it on him. Speed +9. All right. Whatever. This is a 6-star. It's got the defense on it, you know. She really can't get Lucianed. So the defense percentage actually helps her a lot. 23% defense. She's got almost 1,000 defense. So it helps her a lot. So when do you use speed runes? For monsters that don't need speed, that don't use swift runes, which is Bernard, Megan. You don't put that don't use violent runes. I'm sorry. Monsters that do not use violent runes. I do not agree. Bernard, never violent runes. Megan, no. One of the monsters. That's it. So swift runes are really an alternative, or like a beginner's violent rune. You know, it's violent runes give you extra turns. Swift runes make you faster. All right. When people ask me how to, and another monster, I almost forgot, a utility monster that I would absolutely put swift runes on. I would absolutely put swift runes on Delphoid before, if I didn't have violent runes. Why? And then for her, you need accuracy, speed, accuracy. Then you're looking for hit points and crit rate and stuff like that. But speed and accuracy, those are the first two substats you're looking for. But I would absolutely put swift runes on her if I didn't have violent runes. That's just a go. You know, if you don't have the right violent runes, use swift runes. You know, whenever I tell somebody, because people ask me, I don't know what point of the game they're at. You know, I have some people that actually farm B10 Giants and they watch my videos and they ask me questions all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I helped one guy. One guy was like, I can't farm B10 Giants. He's a nice guy. He's from Chicago. He was like, I can't really. Can you help me put together a B10 Dragons team? And I was like, yeah, sure. Show me your monsters. I saw his monsters. He made one change though, but he listened to me. He had Iona, I believe, and I was like, listen, if I had Iona, I would put Iona in my B10 Dragons farm any day of the week. I told him, and he ended up putting her in, and now he's farming B10 Dragons, no problem. He's going straight for the Dragon too. He has Zyros as well, lucky bastard. But anyway, that's besides the point. So, you know, I even have these people ask me, and I don't know what part of the game you're at. So if I answer you with violent whatever runes, okay? If you don't have the violent runes, put swift runes. Swift runes are fine. You know, even look, Kanamiya, I don't agree. Here's a monster that I don't agree to put swift runes on. Why? He's slow enough as it is. 91 base speed. Oh my god. You're better off just putting violent runes on him. Even horrible, shitty swift runes. Okay. Oh man. Even horrible, shitty violent runes. 3-star. You know, I don't agree putting swift runes on him at all. Just go farm Faimon 2, 4, and 6, or just 1, 3, and 5, and find something for slot 2, 4, or 6, and get violent runes. Anything, any of them. Why? Because you want to utilize this skill. This skill resets the violent runes. So this is a monster I do not agree putting swift runes on. And this is the only monster I don't agree putting swift runes on altogether. The only one. He doesn't get a benefit out of swift runes. And well, guys, when you're putting swift runes on, look at the base speed, because swift runes give you 25% more speed off of your base, not off of your total, off of your base. So 91, 25% of 91. What is he getting? Plus 23 speed, I think. Yeah, something like that. You're actually losing a little bit. You know, when you're just better off putting plus 20. It's so hard to get him to go really fast. You know, you're better off just smacking a speed rune on him And that's it, to be honest with you. Smack a speed rune on him, and he's perfectly fine. Because there's no reason... he's going to get the benefit of a swift rune just from one rune. From a swift set just from one rune. And you got him violent. So really, that's just the way to go with Kanamiya. You know, that's one monster I highly disagree putting swift runes on. He's worthless with swift runes. No matter what, he's still slow. Even if you put speed in slot 2 and you put a swift set and do this and he's got plus 60 or 70 speed, I'd rather have him on a violent set because of the research skill altogether. You know, if he resurges himself, if you need the heal and you just use the heal and it's on a 3-turn cooldown, and he resurges himself, he resets the violent rune proc, and he could still proc violent rune at 22%, get the heal, and then proc again and resurge himself again, and then you can have a constant heal going on. My Kanamiya used to work like overtime in dungeons. I don't use him as much anymore, but let me tell you something, he's a great monster. If you cannot fuse Veromos because you're missing that Fire Beast Hunter, I don't understand Comtuos on why they did that. And I don't even think the Fire Beast Hunter is in the... Guys, by the way, I tried to record this guild war. It would have been a really good guild war, and it didn't record. I'm really pissed at myself about this one. But I don't understand. Yeah, they don't have the Fire Beast Hunter. Of all the monsters to not have in the shop, a non-farmable one, the Fire Beast Hunter. Like, anyways, let me not continue on how mad Comtuos makes me sometimes. You know, they give you Veromos, and let me not continue, and I'm just continuing anyway. They give you Veromos, and one of these monsters needs a Fire Beast Hunter. And I think this guy too. I don't know. I don't remember if he's farmable or not. And he's not farmable. Oh my goodness. So, the Fire Beast Hunter. Come on. How do you do that? How do you do that? Seriously. So anyway, whatever. That's besides the point. So, he's a great alternative for Veromos, but not with Swift Runes. I've seen people, you know, I'll tell you guys a story, and I know he's gonna watch this video, and I am a little tinged with him about this, okay? I'm gonna tell you guys a story about this, and why you shouldn't put Swift Runes on Kanamiya. So I went into somebody's stream one day, and they were sitting there talking, telling people, you know, about a Giants team, and he was giving them advice on how to build a Giants team. And he was like, oh, you know, my monsters can't do it, but you can use this team. And it was pretty much my free-to-play team or my farmable team. And he was like, my team can't do it. So I'm like, and I just so happened to go into the stream at that very moment, okay? And I was looking at his team, and his team, his Bernard had atrocious speed. His Kanamiya was on Swift Runes. I told him, I was like, listen, all you gotta do is switch out the runes on Kanamiya, put any shitty violent runes on, and he'll be able to do it. And I told him, improve the speed on Bernard. I gave him little tweaks for his entire team, for his entire farmable team. I gave him tweaks for pretty much every single monster. And then like a week later, he comes out with a free-to-play team and doesn't thank me for helping him out. And it's like, really, dude? And I'm like, I really don't know what to say about people like that. And I'm not going to mention their names, but I know they're watching my video right now. Because I know they watch my videos. They make comments on my videos. You know, if you're going to take something that belongs to me, but let me tell you something. That was also a perfect example. He probably had better Swift runes. He probably had better Swift runes than he did violent runes, but he put shitty violent runes on, and he was able to do it because Kanamiya with those Swift runes, he almost beat the Giant. If he had violent runes and he was getting a few extra turns, he would have been able to beat B10 Giants. So he went and he tweaked his team the way I told him to tweak his team a little bit, and he went and he made that video. Now, the video didn't get that many views, so I'm not mad, but he could have at least said, you know, thanks to Nick the Greek for helping me tweak my team, you know. And guys, I didn't plan on doing this. It went along as I was doing it. So You know, this is one monster I do not agree putting Swift Runes on. And I know I'm going to get comments right now about this monster. Look, man, to build this monster with Swift Runes is very hard. That's why I don't agree with it. It's a waste. I have showed it many times. I have a 3-star Violent Rune that I'm not replacing. So I could show people. I had somebody tell me, Nick, your Kanamiya is shit. You know what, though? He does the job. I don't care. You know, he does the job. So you guys could say whatever you want to say. He's capable of doing the job. Look at his runes. They're pathetic. But he's capable of getting the job done. With shitty Violent runes. You know, as much as people, whatever. And I turned this into a Violent video or like... Anyway, this is one monster. This is the number one monster I do not agree putting Swift Runes on. So... yeah. You know what? You could put Swift Runes on him. That's the funny thing. I have Violent, but you could put Swift Runes on him. Swift Nemesis, or you could put Violent Nemesis. This is like a messed up set. I actually just got a rune yesterday that I'm gonna fix his set later. So hey, take a look. You know, he could go on Swift Runes. And you know what? Yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you guys learned something on this video. I ended up ranting instead of teaching a little bit towards the end. So, thank you very much, guys. I'll talk to you later.